Been going on dates for a whole year. You know my mom. You literally text her all the fucking time. And we've had 5 pregnancy scares. And you say we're still just friends?
Yeah, we are still just friends.
Are you fucking serious? Just friends after all of that?
Being a male who is relatively new in the dating game and seeing how a girl acts for a male that she truly wants, that has got to be the biggest eye opener for men. Like, you will see a dude who's genuinely a terrible person, but he looks so good that she literally breaks every rule. And this isn't hating on girls whatsoever at all. I want to make that clear. And like, yes, you can DM a girl first, you can cold approach, you can do all these things, but is it really worth it when a girl looks at like a quote unquote Chad and will cold approach him, will go out of her way to stalk his Instagram, even if she's never seen his face before, she'll somehow manage to find it? It's very eye-opening. Like, is it really worth chasing if you know how crazy the Chads get chased? I was just sitting here and I was just thinking about how brutal that is, because I'm self-aware enough to know that I'm not an 8, 9, or 10. But I know men who are 8, 9, and 10s, and I see how easy it is for them, and it's unreal.
What's up?
I just got your $30, and when you gonna send me the rest?
The rest of what?
The rest of the money.
You said you were hungry. You need gas too?
No, I just want something to eat. That's why I'm confused on why you sent me $30.
I'm confused on why you calling me complaining about $30.
Cause what I'm gonna do with this?
I can name about 20 places you can go to and still have change left over. Where the hell are you trying to go to, Noble?
But you know I like to eat.
You don't even finish your food.
I do. Sometimes. But this is really bothering me because this girl made this video and said that if the dude that you talking to only sent you $30 for lunch, that he don't really like you like that. Did you just Oh, hell no.
I'd like to know.
Did you just hang up in my face?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
You called me complaining about $30 because some random mentally unstable woman got on the internet yapping about how $30 ain't enough for food.
She has some valid points.
You lucky I didn't block you.
But are you going to send me some more money?
Can you send me back the $30?
No. Why?
It's good for the brain, but you don't deserve to eat right now. So start for a little bit and think about what you just said.
You have anything like physically wrong with you? While I'm doing all of that, what I would like you to do is stand with your left foot at the very beginning of the line. Your first step will be number 1.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. 1001.
Make sure you're looking at your foot.
1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1018, 1019.
All right, you can stop. Go ahead and put your foot down. Put your arms behind your back.
What did I do?
DUI. Driving under the influence. Stop.
Like, there's people in the car that can literally take my car where it needs to go. Like, have them impound my car.
We have to by our policy.
But there's people here.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
And there's no.
Have a seat. You don't want to listen to me. So.
Well, I know.
Under the influence of what? It seemed like she did everything perfectly. I don't know what happened.
The man that you deserve versus the guy that you have sex with are 2 different things, ladies. And I think more women need to get a reality check that, like, a lot of you guys are not as hot as you think you are. You're not as intelligent as you think you are.
Same goes for men.
You're not as desirable for a relationship as you think you are. And a lot of you got to lower your standards. And I think if women were a little bit more honest with themselves, we'd have more relationships. Because none of you want an average guy, right? 5'8", 40K per year, 50K per year. Maybe not the best looking guy, maybe a little fat. Most of you guys don't want that. That guy is completely invisible to you. But most of you are average. So average women won't even deal with average men. And then they wonder why they keep getting cheated on, because you go after the small percentage of men that have all the girls.
Yeah.
the more macho I find a man to be, the more obedient and submissive he's likely to be, the more he's likely to go and do an obedient, submissive job, like be in the army or do whatever, follow orders from another man. The men who are the most in touch with their feminine side are the most rebellious, strong men I've ever met. The more in touch with the man's feminine side he is, the more power he seems to be able to acquire. There is such a disobedience to going, f*** off, I will embrace my feminine side and I won't fear it. My boyfriend is a man who has got femininity within him. And when I say that, I mean sensitivity. Yeah. He's a sensitive man. He's the manliest man I've ever met. And people presume because I'm so strong and I'm so outspoken, I must be with some like weak, like cunt, simp type. Where it's like, no, a weak man couldn't handle me. His masculinity is so firm, nothing threatens it. Not his femininity and not mine. That's a real man.
Well, I guess that's masculinity to you. But for the rest of the world, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Modern women get on here and they try to redefine what masculinity actually is. Well, this just do us all a favor and say that's the man that you want, and let's be done with it. Just say this is the type of man that I'm looking for. Let's pack it up and go home. I'm gonna send you your check in the mail. Thank you for doing the interview. Let's pack it up and go home. Modern women, with their bad behavior and a bad understanding of what men are supposed to be doing and how men are supposed to be acting, will sit up here and try to tell you, oh yeah, this is what a masculine man is. He's actually in touch with his feminine side. You see this alpha man up here, well, you know, the most macho and the most alpha and the most super ultra masculine man, he's gonna go take orders from somebody. Who is he gonna obey? Who's he taking orders from? Oh, he's in the military? Serving our country? Are you dumb? Come on, man. And this is the type of stupidity that comes out of their mouths. And they want to be over men. They want to rule over men and they want to be managers over men with this type of dumbness coming out of their mouths. He's weak because Sergeant comes down and he says, hey, do this, do that. Follow this order. Do this, do that. Are we serious? Does that mean that he can't have a brain outside of that? Does it mean that he's not able to accomplish a lot of stuff outside of this? What are we talking about right now? Where are we at? Where's our reasoning? And this, once again, is what we get from women, that these modern women who are going to school. This is what we're getting from them. This is what we can expect. You know, the PowerPoint presentation, and what did we learn at the end of it? Okay, give us your presentation, give us your slide deck. What did we learn? This is what we learned. Stupidity, man.
Stop resisting. Good girl. Shit. Name and badge number.
Officer Baptiste, 117 Parade.
Good boy.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Papers.
Scissors. I win.
What did you order? Here's the number 10. Big Mac. Take your card. Yum, yum, yum.
He's resisting. Oh! I got out my cup. Open the door.
Well, what? Talk with these donut 5,000s, boy.
Listen, if you're going to call me pig, you better put the words world's fastest in front of it, because I'm real speed, baby. Watch this. Wee woo, wee woo.
Hi, how can I help you?
That's right.
I'm 26. He's 42. He's my mom and daddy age. He's my mom and daddy age.
But stink.
Ain't no but stink. Ain't your motherfucking stink. Fuck is you talking about?
I was waiting on my ex-husband to be a bad person. I was truly waiting on him to do something so fucked up to me, so bad, that it would justify me ending the marriage. What up, guys? So this is V, and I'm just getting into this whole TikTok thing, social media thing, share my life a little bit, because I know that my journey, my transparency, my authenticity is going to help somebody in a situation that I've overcome. I also said I was going to come out with a book on how to leave a good man. You know, a lot of people that's never been in my situation won't be able to relate. And it's okay because this message ain't for you. But again, I was waiting on my husband to be a bad person. I stayed with the same person for 21 years, created a family. I was in the relationship 21 years, married 17. And I was married to a good man. I was married to a good.
When you can't stop cheating, when you can sleep with people and feel absolutely nothing, you're spiritually dead. Period. Nobody want to say it. I will. That's not outside. That's not vibing. That ain't lit. That's not, I don't catch feelings. No, that's your spirit shutting down, because when your spirit is alive, you actually feel conviction. You feel responsibility. You care about how your choices affect people. You feel something. But when you can cheat with no guilt, when you can lie straight through your teeth and sleep fine at night, when you can give your body to people with zero attachment or awareness, that's not strength. That's a sign that you're disconnected from God and yourself. The Bible literally says a man without self-control is like a city broken down without walls. That's Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28, meaning if you don't have no discipline, you're wide open for anything to take over you. Lust, emptiness, and that's exactly what happens. You lose your morals, your purpose, your sensitivity to right and wrong. You become numb, and numbness feels normal until your life starts collapsing. Cheating is not just a relationship problem. It's a spiritual problem, because when you drift away from God, you drift away from boundaries, commitment, loyalty, and accountability. If you can sleep with somebody and feel nothing, if you can betray someone who loves you and feel nothing, that's not a flex. That's a warning that your spirit is on empty and you don't even realize that you're running out. This is your sign to wake up.
You said you had an unnatural hatred for my mother.
I hated your mother. I was wrong. Maturity comes with age for a man. Sometimes we're boys till we're 35, 40 years old.
My dad came to Thanksgiving this year to my mom's house by himself.
I had a good time.
Little Erica could have never imagined that.
I won't forget, I talked to one of my buddies about your mom one day. And he said, Eric, man, he said, man, you can't be hating that girl's mama like they said. That's that baby's mama. Man, one day you'll see it. Here we are, 30-some years later. I called your mother. I said, thank you for being a good mother to Erica. And I said, I want to apologize for the stuff that I've done. I'm sorry. That's why I try to tell younger guys, just give it time. That is the mother of your daughter, your son. I have a lot of regrets with that, but I can't do it over. Ain't no do-overs. All I can do is apologize for me not being there in those crucial times.
Talking about the full episode on the Patreon. I don't know if we need a full episode. We got what we came for. Accountability. Imagine that. Imagine that. We love that. And we congratulate people who take accountability. Now, obviously, it's 30 years. It shouldn't have taken him 30 years to do that. But, you know, at least he came back around. I'm thinking about another woman who left her husband and then had to call back and say, you know what? I'm sorry about that. She was like, oh, we're good now. He's with somebody else. But, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought, you know, there was something better on the other side of the tracks. And I messed that up. He was really a good guy. When I sit back and think about it, he was a good guy.
I knew the day that I married my ex-husband that I should not have married him.
Really?
I knew it, but I did it anyway.
Women are more afraid of being alone than they are of being with the wrong man. I'm going to say that again. Let it sink in. Women are more afraid of being alone than they are being with the wrong man.
He was a good guy. He was good enough.
He was good enough and a good guy. Nothing wrong with the guy. He just wasn't her dream guy. The two main causes of women thinking like this are promiscuity and unrealistic expectations they've got from TV, movies, and social media. Your great-grandmother knew she'd marry one guy out of the maybe dozen or so candidates she'd grown up with. And she knew they'd have kids, build a home, and most likely live the rest of their lives together. She hoped no one got seriously sick, that her husband did well in whatever his field was, and they'd have a nice house and possibly even a second car. Women today are raised on Disney-like fantasies, coupled with the message that promiscuity is female empowerment. So the average woman today gets married at 28 instead of 20, with at least a low double-digit body count. And that body count means oxytocin no longer has the intended effect, and she's unable to make a strong bond with just one man. However, biology is immune to social engineering, and so women are terrified of being alone. And more often than not, they marry a man who they see as good enough. If you're not her first choice from day one, you're winning her over. And winning a woman over means she sees you as good enough. Never, ever win a woman over. It will be the worst decision you ever make.
Inside my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow.
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that I have ever met 5 years into our marriage. If you are single right now, it's because you want to be attracted to your partner, and it's just not realistic.
Yeah, it is, if you have reasonable expectations in what you're looking for. This video is so heartless. What if he sees it? Does he know? You're taking that man away from someone who would genuinely find him attractive. And what happens when he gets dressed up for you? Do you tell him he looks good? Or does he get no compliments from you? Because any compliment would be a lie. Everyone deserves to be with someone that finds them attractive. They deserve to feel desired and wanted. The fact that you find your man ugly and you're willing to tell the world about it is absolutely disgusting. Not only is that embarrassing for him, but I can't even imagine how he would probably feel if he saw this. How would you feel if he made a video like this about you? He doesn't even have to be the most handsome man you've ever seen on the planet. You should be with someone you at least find attractive. This is just so messed up. How do some women justify using men? Because if you think about it, when someone's doing something they shouldn't be, like using others, they have to justify it to themselves. Otherwise, they have to sit with the fact that they're the ones that are the villain, that they're the ones hurting others. And if you think about it, most of us, we don't want to be in that position. There's a lot of people out there who aren't very self-aware, so they'll automatically create a story in their head to justify their actions. So, if he loved me, he would do that for me. This basically gives her a free pass to take anything that you give her and just throw it under that umbrella, where you're just showing your love. She doesn't owe you anything. But the funny thing is, if you were to try to flip that, she'd get really upset. Probably say something along the lines, well, I'm the price. Saying stuff like, oh, I was just stressed. I was just tired. Like it gives them a free pass to treat you however they wanted. And yeah, I think being stressed or tired maybe gives you a small, maybe not contribute as much because, you're exhausted, you're doing your best. You can't do 100% at the moment, fine. But doesn't give you a free pass to treat people like crap. But I've noticed that some women will use this as a permanent permission slip. They're always tired. They never consider, well, maybe he was tired too, but he still showed up for me. Next is the, I do everything! Which I've noticed people who use this as leverage against you. Oftentimes they do contribute, yes, but they inflate their contributions. Maybe you did 20 things for her and she did one tiny thing and she still sees her thing as much a bigger contribution than your thing and it's worth more credit. Next, he should just know. It's crazy how common this one is, and yet what does that even mean? That you're supposed to read minds? Men only care about blank. Intimacy, sleeping with her, blight, whatever you want to add in there. This gives her the opportunity to just completely dismiss you as a person, dismiss you as a shallow person, so she doesn't have to give back or reciprocate. Sometimes she'll overall put you down as a person, seeing you as below her, because then it gives her an excuse to take advantage. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
Don't take women serious. The downfall of many great men wasn't poverty, it was a woman. You see, The greatest risk a man can ever take in this life is to build his entire existence around a woman. That's like building a castle on shifting sand. Beautiful for a moment, but guaranteed to collapse. Women should never be first on your list. Your top 5 priorities should be: number 1, yourself. Number 2, your peace of mind. Number 3, your purpose. 4, your money and comfort. 5, then and only then women. Because the moment you start worshipping women, you stop honoring yourself. And when a man abandons his mission for emotion, the universe punishes him. Even the scripture said, she gave him the fruit and he did eat. That was the birth of manipulation, the psychological power of temptation. Women are not evil, but they are unpredictable by design. The same softness that melts your heart can be the same softness that destroys your focus. So treat them right, but never build your throne around their mood. Don't trust women. Trust your ability to handle their disappointment. Be wise. Be unbreakable. And remember, Adam fell for love, but kings rise from love.
Just like that, your boy is back. This lady has been on the internet cooking. She came up with the slogan, the single you is the married you. Let's check it out.
School that I have online where the single you is the married you, right? So even when I'm single, I am looking the same as when I'm married. I'm talking the same as when I'm married. There's certain language I don't use. There's certain clothing that I don't put on, even when I'm single. But what women want to believe is the single them is different than the married them. That all of a sudden they're going to become modest and they're going to speak a different way and do a different thing. No, baby, I cook now, clean now. I take care of myself, take care of the people in my life. I dress modestly. I make sure that I'm clean in my speech, right? The single you is the married you.
What you got to say about the women who be like they're in that soft girl era, the villain girl era, and hot girl summer?
Life is about patterns, though. And what you've done in the past, there's a pretty strong chance that you're going to do it in the future. So that's what people don't realize, that when you practice being degenerate, that's not something you're going to lay down overnight. I tell men this too. Can we be honest? Men who are hoes, men who are out here sleeping around and then think that a ring is going to keep them faithful. It isn't.
Let her cook. A man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. That means she was a wife when I found her. Booking love, baby. Where's she at? Huh? Let her cook. I ain't about.
Listen, I don't take orders from no man. I don't follow nobody. I'm the one in control. I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't adjust. I don't compromise. He got to deal with me as I am. And if a man can't handle that, then he just not strong enough for me. Period. I am the prize. He's supposed to prove himself to me.
Ladies, don't be mad at me. Okay? I'm just a messenger. You ever wonder what it would be like if women still couldn't vote? Well, check this out.
When I die and the lamb to rest.
Now, I'm not saying you're the problem. The math is. The math is saying it, not me.
I don't know what type of basketball league is going on, but I want to be a part of it. I want in. Where do I sign up? I'm below average at basketball. If I was on 2K, my overall would probably be 48. But yeah, I would like to be a part. If I don't make the All-Star team, I'd at least make 6th man of the year in this league. I would like to be a part of this.
It is so hard to bite my tongue when people are announcing pregnancies and engagements, and I'm like, do you not see the world falling apart and you're trying to selfishly start a family? That is so ridiculous. We don't even know if we're going to have a planet soon, water, jobs, and you're bringing a kid into this. And it's always the people that have no money, no plan, they have no idea how to parent. And they're like, I'll just wing it. Like, no, babes, this isn't the 1900s anymore. You can't just wing parenthood. You need to go to therapy, read books, do some inner work. Winging it is going to result in literally creating a child with so much trauma.
She's jealous of these women who make a decision and say, you know what? Yeah, this is all going on. And I want a child and I'm going to bring somebody into this world and I'm going to give them the very best I can. And you know what? We're all going to tackle this together. We're going to create a loving home and a loving family. And we're going to just, it is what it is. This is why? Because, you know, there's sky spray. Don't get me started on the sky spray, but because I'm not supposed to have a child. I mean, this is kind of insane talk.
Read books. Go to therapy. That girl's stupid, man. That girl's stupid. That girl said, you're not even equipped to have a child. You're just winging it. She said, you need to be reading books and going to therapy to figure out how to be the best parent you can be. Man, you been and read them books. You been and read them books. You been and gone to all the classes. You been and gone to therapy sessions, counseling sessions. And that kid do everything opposite of what they told you the kid would do. Now, there are going to be some similarities and some commonalities, but you can find that stuff on YouTube, to be honest. You don't really need to pay anybody to, I mean, there are circumstances, special circumstances. You really don't need to pay anybody because it's all on YouTube. And this is doctors' advice. This is psychiatrist advice. This is therapist advice on what to do and how to do it, when to do it, at what age you should be looking for whatever it is. You got groups with mothers in it sharing information. And you can get in those groups. And sometimes you got to be careful with that because sometimes they say things that get everybody up in a frenzy, and now your wife's walking around the house paranoid and stuff like that. So you do have to kind of deal with that. But it's just, it's just modern women, man. This is what you can expect from them.
You want that man to be a man, but you disrespect, challenge, and use him instead of respecting, supporting, and motivating him. How is he supposed to be a man and lead when you don't listen? Be his beast.
Stop reassuring her. Do this instead. Dear men who love women, when the world feels unsafe to us, reassurance doesn't calm us. It doesn't calm the body. Presence does. Instead of saying, it's going to be okay, I'm not like that, you're overthinking, say, tell me what has you feel unsafe right now. Listen. And when she finishes, say thank you. The reassurance tries to close the conversation and leadership holds it open. Most men will keep talking. Leaders will listen. I'm Juliet.
I waited till last to talk about Jay. Of all people that I would consider my brother from another mother, a guy who listens to country music, wears cowboy boots, big belt buckles. I got 17 speakers in a car, like sweatsuits, rap music. Two people that are so far apart on every level became really close. There is no other person in this world other than my parents that if something ever happened to me or my wife, that I would want to raise my kids.
A 21-year-old woman and a 21-year-old man, who has the higher sexual marketplace value?
The woman.
25-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman, who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
The woman again.
A 30-year-old woman and a 30-year-old man, who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
The man.
The 35-year-old man and a 35-year-old woman, who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
The man.
And as I keep going in 5-year increments, will women ever overtake a man's sexual marketplace value?
Not in the long term, no.
No. Will it grow at a steady rate or will it get exponentially larger? Meaning a 50-year-old man and a 50-year-old woman, will they have the same difference between them as a 30-year-old man and a 30-year-old woman? Or will it be greater?
It'd be greater.
Thank you. So by math, you've just said women have roughly a 10-year period before their value dips below men. So it doesn't matter if men aren't ready. Women got 10 years.
Okay, that's actually one of the points I agree with you.
But that's at the basis of all my arguments.
And they waste it. They waste it a lot of times. And the problem that you run into is when you get into your 30s, you're still trying to get that man that really honestly and truly you should have gotten in your 20s. Man, I should have gotten that man. I want this, 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 and this. That man's off the market. Next man up. Who else you got? Well, I guess I'll settle for him. You're not actually settling for him. He's actually a really good man. He's actually a really good candidate. I don't know why that you think you're settling. The man's financially stable. His home is darn near paid off. Are you serious? His home is darn near paid off by the time you get with him. Some of y'all are getting with men in your 40s and 45, 50. Talking about, I guess I had to settle. And then a few years after you married him, God really sent him to, God really knew what I needed. He really knew what I needed. I thought I missed it. I thought I lost it all. Thought I was never going to make it. I thought I wasn't going to get married. And, I thought this was going to be one of the worst things on paper. He did this, 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 and this. And, we just fought like cats and dogs. But through it all, here we are. You didn't fight like cats and dogs. You're lying. It was you hollering and screaming. It was him sitting there listening to you saying, I understand all that. Where you want to go eat? You ain't nothing I take that. Can I get a double whopper with cheese meal, extra large fries, Diet Coke, and 2 packets of ketchup with that? Here's your dinner. And then a few hours later, you come back. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I was really tired. I was really hungry. I know. That's why I was ignoring everything that you said. I was listening to you, but I knew you were probably hungry. That's why I went and got you something to eat. I've been asking you all night what you wanted, and you wouldn't answer me, so I went on ahead and got you something to eat. What I knew you'd probably like. I knew you probably wouldn't want anything too heavy, and you wouldn't want anything healthy after the day because you had a bad day at work. I can tell that from talking to you earlier, right when I was trying to text you and you wasn't responding. So I knew you probably want something that was quote unquote comforting. That's why I got you Burger King. I already got your bathroom run. Go in there and take a bath. I already got the covers pulled back on the bed. I got your book and a nightstand. Go have a good night. Thank you, baby, so much. I thank you. He's a good man. He been a good man. He been a good man. And he was sitting there waiting on you to stop acting stupid and chase Tyrone and quit chasing Chad and Tyrone. But sometimes you modern women play too freaking much. You play too freaking much in 10 years. As Kevin Samuels was saying, God rest his soul. 10 years you mess around, you waste. Acting silly when that man been trying to get your attention. Acting stupid. Then want to run up in his face. And then after all of the stupid stuff you done, he said, hey man, you still got value to me, I'll take you. You don't mind all the men that I've been with? No, I'm all right with that. Well, you should. Because any self-respecting man, stupid man, stupid. Just don't get it. The men out here waiting on you. There's men out here waiting on you. But y'all don't think they're good enough. and y'all will go chasing Chad and Tyrone a second time in your 30s and 40s. They dog you out. And by the time you get to your 40s and your 50s, that man say, well, I tried to wait on it this whole time, but she did. So I went and found me somebody that like me, and I'm having the time of my life. And now you sitting at home looking at his pictures on Facebook crying. You don't even want to congratulate him because you're so hurt. Stupid.
They still, disconnect. They're not connecting. They're not having conversations because honestly, they really don't want you. They don't want anybody else to have you because you can't say you want someone. And if a person is trying to fix a violation and you won't allow them to fix it, you want to keep it here, then you should leave them.
When I was in the street robbing niggas, I didn't want to be loved. I wanted to be feared. By the time I was 18, I walk up on the corner and none of them niggas stayed long. And I ain't lying, kid. I had that iron sig and my heart fucking bigger than a lion's is.
Where the fuck was I at? You walked up the corners and niggas stayed there and talked to us. Ain't nobody.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Ain't nobody fucking leave.
Let me tell you something.
Who the fuck left? You walked up on the corner, ain't nobody stay long. Everybody was sitting there, motherfuckers.
Nobody was listening.
Where the fuck was I at in jail?
Might be sick, but my girl sick off. She rides that dick and she handles her.
Corona? That's crazy.
I'm breaking dishes up in bed all night. I ain't gonna stop until I see police lights. I'm a fighter-man tonight.
Oh, you ladies are not gonna like what I'm gonna tell you. Because one little detail you guys are not realizing with the swans in this video. You notice how the male swan is in the front, right? He's the one leading, right? But guess what the female is doing? Oh. The female is following, almost like what we're supposed to be doing when the male is the lead. We females are supposed to follow. But that's not a conversation you guys want to have, is it? That's not something you're willing to do. For a man that's willing to lead, you guys want to be combative, arguing, and being freaking nothing more than trying to lead. You guys don't want to follow. You guys don't want to be submissive. You guys don't want to allow him to lead because then it will go against your autonomy. Then it would actually make you feel oppressive. And then you guys will sit there and bitch and moan and complain about you being a woman. Just shut up. Just shut up. You guys want to talk about men leading? Allow them to lead. If they know how to lead, they will lead. Shut the hell up, be submissive, and do exactly what the female swan is doing behind the male. Follow. Like, you guys really thought you ate with that fucking video, huh?
Stay with me. Modern culture inverts reality. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The beautiful becomes ugly, masculine becomes feminine, feminine becomes masculine. In these inversions, we're seeing what should be highly prized human capabilities like logic, reasoning, and advancement via merit progressively more vilified. While these are capabilities all humans can possess, they are more masculine in nature, like order and logic is core masculine energy. For example, women are pressured to champion other women a la Yes Queen solely because of their gender, not who they are, their morals, kindness, character, etc. They're literally telling you to turn off your logic and blindly value people based on identity. In the same vein, men are blanketly deemed oppressors simply because they're men. We're not evaluating them as individuals with their own characters, flaws, and positives. The way men operate in the world with order, reason, and adherence to truth are all being cast aside in favor of feelings.
which is a shame because healthy masculine energy is exactly what I think the world needs. I think the more we praise rational thinking, honor objective truth, and uplift people based on character and merit, the stronger we will see our men become. Follow for more.
If they like you, everything is free. If they don't like you, everything has a fee. If they like you, everything is clear. If they don't like you, they disappear. Do you think their dream person would sit there confused about where they stand? No. So move on.
A good woman is supposed to bring value to a man's life. So if he's aligned, he's productive, he's working out, he's eating right, he's articulate and emotionally intelligent, you have to be able to add valuable, intangible things that he cannot buy. Otherwise, what does he need you for?
Why did you put Peace Billy?
I'm just not physically attracted to him.
And why not?
He's just not my usual type. I don't like anyone that has hair. If you do have hair, it's got to be properly styled, like well kept. And I don't really like do-rags or anything outside of the house. And just because this is a fashion evening wearing every day, but I just kind of expect you to show up. Basically, yeah.
Okay, that's close.
Thank you. I am celibate and will be abstaining from anything sexual until I'm married. What is your stance on that?
Is it a yes for you?
Yes.
We've got a man! Pick up that balloon. Let me grab this one. Go ahead and take your girl.
Bad deal. Bad deal.
Is what the hell are men really looking for in women? Because this particular woman, she has been with somebody for the last 2 years and they've been actively dating. And she's like, listen, I'm not getting no younger. I don't have children. I just turned 40. I love this guy. I think he's great. But like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why is he so afraid of the commitment?
I'm interested as to why she would ask anybody other than him. What would be the drawback? Because I'm honestly, man, most guys, when they're serious, they'll tell you straight up, this is what's going on, and this is what's happening. This is what I want to do. This is my timeline. When you're really serious about somebody, you move differently. I'm not here to tell people, that, you've been with a person for 2 years. If you're not married, leave them. I don't live in that space. But I do think that you should get some answers about what it is that you want and ask them specifically, hey, I want to be married. What are your thoughts about that? And if they don't say anything or if they're quiet, then that's a thing. Pay attention to it. Hey, I asked you this and you were a little quiet. Is there a reason?
What if women had to be successful or famous without doing anything sexual, without using their body, without being crude, without making a spectacle of themselves? They say that they're equal. I mean, let's be real here. That's kind of strange because most guys, we have to keep our clothes on. We have to use our merit. The truth of the matter is, without proper men in the society to establish order, the society becomes quite a perverse place very quickly. And this means that we need to regulate not only the harlots, but also these weak males. These are the guys in the comments. They see a video with a chick and they're like, what's her at? These are those guys. These are the guys in the comments like, oh, you're so beautiful. These are those guys. The guys who are pervs, the guys who have no self-control, they're unrealistic, they're sycophants, they bow down to females. These are those guys. So, but seriously, my challenge for women, keep your clothes on, stop wearing spandex and showing your behind in your content, and then just use your brain only and see how successful you'll be. Don't use your body, don't use sexuality, just use your brain and see how far you get.
It is far better for a woman to be obsessed with a man than a man to be obsessed with a woman. If a man's obsessed with a woman, he takes his eye off the prize. He's nowhere close to being as productive, competitive, or successful. He gets in his emotions, gets in his feelings. He starts to make mistakes. That has a deleterious effect on his outcomes. However, when a woman's obsessed with a man, that man tends to have better outcomes. When a woman is obsessed with her man to the point to where she's willing to be inspirational to him, he has better outcomes. And who benefits from those outcomes? She does. Well, wait a minute. Somebody needs to love somebody more. And gentlemen, she needs to love you more than you love her. That's a hard pill to swallow, ladies. But to the guys I'm talking about, gentlemen, never get involved with a woman who you need to love her more than she loves you. And I know a lot of women have been told, I've been told that he needs to love you more than you love him. Right. And that's why we have such a high divorce rate and women can end up walking away from marriages and relationships like this because they don't care. And that's on you guys. Is she writing love letters to you? If you're going to be out here dealing with them, you better do what it takes to stay top of mind with her. All women are this way.
Emotional availability is a Western obsession. Not every culture agrees. In many cultures, love is shown through duty, through consistency, through protection. So when you say they don't open up emotionally, you might be applying Western therapy language to a non-Western nervous system. For some people, talking less is regulation. Feeling calm around someone is the proof of love. What you call emotionally unavailable.
Well, hold on there, sis. Let me do you one better. No, it's not a Western concept. It's a woman concept. It's a concept from a society wherein we live in a matriarchy and women in their narcissism have taken over culturally. And rather than accept that there are differences between the male and the female, they want males, men, to think, behave, and emote like women. And so when you don't have the wide spectrum of highs and lows and emotional lack of control that they have, then they have to doubt your humanity. You're not emotionally available. You're not participating in the relationship. You're not, basically I'm saying I'm not crazy like you. So essentially what you're describing as Western is womanly. It's the out of control, empowered, liberal white woman in America trying to enforce her way on everyone else. That's what that is. You're welcome. That was for the people.
you know, you know, and uh, sometimes he says some wild stuff, but this is what a lot of these ladies are doing. They're going to therapy, they're going to college, and they're just coming out with terms that are made up, terms that don't matter. Just talking silly. Honestly, just nobody wants to hear that. But we got to sit here and listen to y'all talk about that foolishness over and over again. Nobody cares about that. Modern women will sit up here and force you to listen to their nonsense over and over again. Just silly speak to get around the fact that they got a problem. They're not taking accountability and they're trying to deflect and place blame on somebody else, anybody else other than themselves.